This is my last time in New York as the museum's Anne and Graham Gum director. So this is a moving lunch for me in many ways. And there are so many people around the table, it's better without a microphone. There are so many people around the table here who've made my life a little easier over the years and contributed to the lustre that surrounds the museum. And it's a great pleasure to be able to say thank you. Over the past 20 years, the museum has mounted 400 exhibitions. Can you believe it? Some are better known than others, or I should say perhaps more notorious than others. There was Herb Ritz, the stick of dynamite that I used to kick off the museum's career with me, and to some extent to break the museum's brand. Ralph Lauren's Cars, Speed, Style and Beauty. If you've seen that exhibition, you'll never look at a car in quite the same way again. And there have been classics like Monet in the 20th century, Titian, Tintoretto, Veronese, Pharaohs of the Sun, Degas and the Nude, and of course the recent Goya, Order and Disorder. But it's been my privilege in Boston to mix the cocktail of exhibitions with help from my colleagues to provide something that stimulates a very wide range of audiences and makes the museum relevant to more people's lives. Since I arrived at the museum in 1994, the museum has acquired 65,000 works of art. Perhaps even more remarkable, 57,000 of those, that's 88%, were gifts to the museum. And the other percentage were of course paid for with funds given by donors in the past. Because we are the world's largest privately funded museum, and we are the people who support us. By the way, when I say 65,000 works of art, I don't include the 100,000 art postcards from the Leonard Lauder collection that have come to us over the years. Outstanding, I think, are certain transformational gifts. Particularly, I'm thinking of the Lane collection of photography, probably the greatest collection of American modernist photography in America. And from a New York collector, the Lehman collection of art of the Kingdom of Benin, which literally transformed our African holdings and showed that it is possible, even in the case of one of the world's greatest encyclopedic museums, to add a new dimension to the collections. We are a collection of collections, and we are, as I've already said, the product of the people who love us and are prepared to give to the museum. What monuments am I proud of? Well, I prefer as director to look forward to the future, to be perfectly honest, but I cannot but be proud of, I suppose, the major achievement in my years, which was building the Art of the Americas wing, designed by Norman Foster, with more than 50 galleries, showing American art from the whole of North and South and Central America in a completely different way, unlike anywhere else in America, unlike the Met or any other great museum. It's unique, and I think, thanks to my curatorial colleagues, it's been uniquely successful. I'd also tell you that in my 20 years, we've renovated 102 of our 147 galleries. So we're constantly refreshing the museum as funds become available. There are still some bits that I would like to have time to refresh, but that's for my successor, Matthew Teitelbaum. From the beginning, my mission has been to open the doors of the museum to the city of Boston and beyond. And I appreciate very much the role that you have all played in getting that message out to the people of America. Everyone tells me that the museum feels different. It's perceived as different. Of course it is different. But you, as the influencers of public taste and of perception, make a huge difference in our lives. And it's my great pleasure to thank you today in pretty good confidence that you'll be going on to help Ronnie with her exhibition and the exciting programs that I've told you about. Thank you so much. My last lunch in New York.